Hi, I'm Chris. Just a bit of an apology for the noise. Thought I'd come and record it outside. So I want to tell you about the 11 things that I've just been really grateful for in my first 2 weeks of retirement. Early retirement at 54. And I had some things in my mind that I wanted to be able to do. I wanted to be able to spend time with family. That was really important to me. To be outside in the outdoors, because I'd been doing some journaling and realised that's when I was happiest. But there's been 11 things in this first 2 weeks when I've just reflected back that I've just been so grateful for. So I've written them down, so apologies if I make a quick glance down to my notebook, so I don't want to miss any. So number one, it's my mum's birthday, and it was lovely during the day to get all of the family together to spend time just at a local park near us, have a picnic all together and celebrate my mum's birthday. Not done that. I can't ever remember doing anything like that. That was just a lovely moment. On last Friday, my partner had some time off, Anna. I better mention her because she wasn't happy in one of the other videos that I recorded that I called her a friend that I'd run with, so apologies, Anna. But we happened to have time together to go out for lunch midweek. Can't remember the last time that we did that, if ever. That was just a lovely thing to be able to do, to relax, no pressure on getting back to sitting in front of a laptop, just a nice, chilled, quiet bit of time for us. Number 3, going for runs during the week with friends, just not having any pressure on, right, I've got to get back to that laptop again. We ran down to the seawall and we stopped. We sat there, we took in the views, just talked about how lucky we are where we live and the great places that we get to run. We ran back and we stopped and had a nice coffee at the end of the run, again with no pressure. These are the things that I'm just being really grateful for. Next thing on the list, number 4, my dog walks. You might have seen Prince by now. It's just my favourite thing to set my day up, is to go for a walk with Prince, and hopefully normally 90% of the time during the week with Anna. We just get the chance to talk with no phones disrupting us, and we get to take the fresh air in, and we get to meet some other people in our local community and have a catch up with them, which is always nice. But what I'm enjoying now is that if I start talking to someone, I don't have to use that phrase which I could hear myself saying all the time, I've got to go, I've got to be at work. I never have to utter those words again, and that is one of the things I've enjoyed most about these first 2 weeks. What I also do now is when I finish my walk, I sit in the garden. I've got a little bench there that a friend made, and Prince, he sits on the grass next to me. I might have a coffee, I might have a smoothie, but I'll just sit there and watch the world go by and have conversations with my neighbours, and it's just the best way to start the day. Now, I know I'm lucky with the weather that we've got over in England at the moment for this summer, for these last 2 weeks, but it's just been brilliant. I'm loving that. One of the things I did want to do was to be there for my parents, but also for my children. And on the Friday before last, Monday, my daughter was travelling back from the Lake District to Essex, and she rang me up to say that she'd got a puncture in her car. Now, for the last 34 years, if that had been a work day on a Monday, I'd have said, can you ring your mum? She probably would, in fairness, have rung her mum first. Though I'm not with Katie and Ben's mum, my children, they've got a great mum who is there for them whenever they need any help or support, and that would be who she'd normally ring. But it was nice that she felt she could ring me, knowing that I would be able to help. It was some puncture, by the way. I'll see if I can find a photo and put it up here. But it was just lovely to be able to go and help her get that fixed. The other Friday, we'd had a really nice day. I'll talk a bit about that later on, myself and Anna, and just said, why don't we just have the family around for a barbecue? So really impromptu, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we sent a message around who'd like to come round. And that was just lovely to be able to do that last minute, to have the time in the afternoon to get all the food prepared and see everyone together. Sea swims. I am loving my sea swims, and you would have seen that on one of the other videos, hopefully, when I took some video footage of myself and my brother having a swim. I think I've had, in the last 2 weeks, 4 or 5 sea swims. I'm hoping I get to go this evening as well. it's just that time thing again, not feeling that you need to be somewhere. And it's not the getting back, sometimes it's the leaving. You think, well, I can't leave because I might have to do something that's work related. I'm like, well, no, I'll be there. It's not a problem. We can make this work. And I've just found that it's been some of the best experiences. And that's the thing I'd like to say about this list. There's nothing on this list where you go, oh my God, that's really expensive. You need so much money. The barbecue that we did, that wasn't that expensive. The meal that we went out for at lunchtime, that was a voucher that a friend had kindly given to us because Anna helped her with some childcare. So these aren't things necessarily that are overly expensive. This is more about just being grateful for the moments that you missed out on whilst you were working. Then what we also did last week, myself and Anna, we had a picnic on the beach. We just took some food, a couple of chairs, sat on a beach near the estuary near us. There was nobody else around. Went for a swim in the sea, and it was just the best experience. Just us two having some time together, and it's made Anna think a little bit about how she sets up her own week going forward. My son, he's back from university, and that was nice. Normally his sleep pattern's all over the place, but it was lovely that we could just spend some time catching up and talking, and I really valued that time that I got to spend with him. And then the final thing I'd like to talk about was actually here in this park where I'm sat. I came here with my daughter and with my mum, and my daughter's a yoga instructor, and she just did a yoga session for us out in the park, in the sunshine, under the blue skies, on an afternoon where I would have normally have been at work. And it's all these little things have added up to, I'm going to use this word, but I'm really mindful of what I'm saying with this word, but it really has been an epic retirement so far. I'm sure every week isn't going to be the same, but I've been so grateful for what these first 2 weeks have been like. So if there's anything in your either looking forward to in retirement, do share that in the comments. If you can subscribe and like this, it'd be great, because it's just nice to feel if you're doing these videos that people are seeing them and they're adding value to them and getting them to think themselves about either if they're already retired, what they're doing in their retirement, or whether it's just triggered something to start thinking about their own planning for their own retirement. But yeah, any thoughts that you've got about what this might have triggered for you about your own retirement, I say if you're in it or you're thinking about retiring. There's lots of other things that I do in my time, and I will share some of that on some of these other videos, but I just thought in the first 2 weeks, 11 things that I've been incredibly grateful for and that have made this so far a really epic retirement. Have a great